Good morning and welcome to worship at First Presbyterian Church this morning. I've got some Presby Camp friends ready to do some announcements with me. One of our first announcements is that Presby Camp is starting this week, and we've got two small groups. We're doing it with social distancing and masks, but we're still going to have as much fun as we always do at Presby Camp.
Join us today after this service on Zoom. If you forgot the login info, it's on your Friday e-news email. Good morning, Sam. Good morning. First Pres offices are open for business. Please be sure to schedule your appointment before you come onto campus, and be sure to bring your mask and be prepared to have your temperature taken.
Our worship on campus will be happening most likely sometime early August. Please stay tuned for that, and we thank you for understanding the fluidity of the start time. We are doing the best we can to get on-campus worship in a safe and planned out, really amazing way. Next, we'd like to share with you a little video made by Nita Hansen and Scott Young. Hansen started this ministry in the mid-90s. She has a large staff of Ukrainians working for Hidden Treasures. She also has an American pastor, Scott Yount, who helped her make this video. They care for the disabled, orphaned, and developmentally impaired in the city of Bila Tservka, Ukraine. They serve where the state fails to go. A large part of their ministry is receiving wheelchairs and walkers and then distributing them.
Привет, Нита.
Hi, Nita.
Мы рады тебе за то, что ты действительно заботишься о нас.
We are so glad that you take care about us, and we can keep receiving our salary, having this really complicated time.
Мы благодарны тебе и Богу за расположение.
We are thankful for you and for God for everything.
Мы в это сложное время тоже стараемся работать.
And we try to keep working, notwithstanding this hard time.
Воспою тебе песню новую, воспою тебе без любви. Воспою тебе песню новую, воспою тебе без любви.
So you see, we have a lot of packets to bring today to the people.
Жизни дух мой, воспою тебе песню новую, воспою тебе без любви, воспою тебе.
What a blessing God's Hidden Treasures is to those people. And what a blessing it is for our congregation to be supporting Nita Hansen and her work in Ukraine. Austin's going to read for us another little hidden treasure out of the book of 1 Kings, chapter 17. She's going to read about Elijah. Elijah's been hiding out from a king who's very angry at him, and there's a big drought going on. Elijah's been sent by God to a little area where there's a creek for him to drink out of, and ravens are bringing him meat and food during this time. Well, the creek is dried up, and God is now sending Elijah to the next place, and you're going to hear Austin read about Elijah and his next stop. The first scripture reading is from 1 Kings chapter 17, verses 8 to 24. Hear the word of the Lord. Okay, go ahead.
Sometime later, the brook dried up. It hadn't rained in the land for quite a while. A message came to Elijah from the Lord. He said, "Go right away to Zarephath in the territory of Sidon. Stay there. I have commanded a widow in that place to supply you with food." So Elijah went to Zarephath. He came to the town gate. A widow was there gathering sticks. He called out to her. He asked, "Would you bring me a little water in a jar? I need a drink." She went to get the water. Then he called out to her, "Please bring me a piece of bread too." "I don't have any bread," she replied, "and that's just as sure as the Lord your God is alive. All I have is a small amount of flour in a jar and a little olive oil in a jug. I'm gathering a few sticks to take home. I'll make one last meal for myself and my son. We'll eat it. After that, we'll die." Elijah said to her, "Don't be afraid. Go home. What do you have to say? But first make a little bread for me. Make it out of what you have. Bring it to me. Then make some for yourself and your son. The Lord is the God of Israel. He says, the jar of flour will not be used up. The jug will always have oil in it. You will have flour and oil until the day the Lord sends rain out to the land." She went away and did what Elijah had told her to do. So Elijah had food every day. There was also food for the woman and her family. The jar of flour wasn't used up. The jug always had oil in it. That's what the Lord had said what would happen. He had spoken the message through Elijah. Sometime later, the son of the woman who owned the house became sick. He got worse and worse. Finally, he stopped breathing. The woman said to Elijah, You are a man of God. What do you have against me? Do you come to bring my sin out into the open? Did you come to kill my son? Give me your son, Elijah replied. He took him from her arms. He carried him to the upstairs room where he was staying. He put him down on his bed. Then Elijah cried out to the Lord. He said, Lord of God, I'm staying with this widow. Have you brought pain or sorrow to her? Have you caused her son to die? Then he lay down on the boy 3 times. He cried out to the Lord. He said, Lord, my God, give this boy's life back to him. The Lord answered Elijah's prayer. He gave the boy's life back to him. So the boy lived. Elijah picked up the boy. He carried him down from the upstairs room into the house. He gave him to his mother. He said, Look, your son is alive. Then the woman said to Elijah, Now, I know you are the man of God. I know that the message you have brought from the Lord is true.
The word of the Lord, thanks be to God.